that a culprit in the 2016 budget. And essentially, what is it that the public is talking about? They're talking about the input of the National Assembly in the budget. Who made the input? So the impression is that Jubrin wrote the national budget. Jubrin put in the input into the budget. So all I try to do now is to explain to Nigerians that I didn't, that these things emanated from committees and insignificant numbers of committees. Out of 96 committees, just about 10 inserted about 2,000 inputs into the budget. So you need to understand the issues so that we can all get it in a proper perspective. So 2,000 inputs inserted into the budget, worth 284 billion.
I think 2,000 is enough. If you look at that figure, is huge for anyone not to remember when that question was asked of you then, if there were inputs or padding in the budget. If that was worrisome to you at that time, you would have done Nigerians the whole good by telling them that about 2,000 have been inputted into the budget that wasn't there before.
The debate now, Chamberlain, let's understand something. The debate now is not whether it is too much or too little. The debate is who actually inserted 2,000 projects in the budget. The country is saying it is Jubrin, and Jubrin is saying and is proving and will continue to prove that he didn't do it. Let me also take this opening to explain to you, just using 10 seconds, the budgeting process, so that the whole country will understand that it is practically impossible for an individual to write the budget for the country. Budget proposal comes from the president, it is laid before the House, it goes through the first reading, then the second reading where we do the basic principle debate, then it is referred to the Committee on the Appropriations. Immediately it gets to the Committee on the Appropriations, we call a meeting of all the chairmen and deputy chairmen of standing committees. Then we give them the guidelines. Then we dissect the budget into different ministries, and each committee gets its own budget. They go, write their committee, write their reports, engage the MDAs, and they bring back this report to the Appropriations Committee. Meanwhile, while they're doing that job, the Appropriation Committee is reduced into subcommittees of about three members each. These 3 members go to the standing committee to supervise what they do. By the time the report is brought back to the Appropriations Committee, it is not taken in until the 3-member subcommittee set by the Appropriation Committee confirm that that report is in order before it is accepted. So at that point, every member of the Appropriations Committee has endorsed and accepted the report. So when we take the report, the chairman of the Appropriation Committee of both the House and the Senate put heads together to do the harmonization. Essentially, the harmonization is not too much of a significant...
All right, Honorable, just give us a moment. We'll be back and get you to conclude your thoughts on this one. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We've got Honorable Jubrin joining us via the phone this morning. He's shedding some light on what exactly is going on with the allegation that he's making. Well, Honorable, could you tell us, let's clarify, because, I mean, for those of us who are not politicians, when we did ask you about the word that was being bandied at the time was padding, and you said, no, inputs different from padding. Are you maintaining that when things are imputed into the budget, it's not tantamount to padding the budget?
Well, I think Chamberlain will be doing a disservice to the country if you are concentrating on coming to talk about what we discussed in the past. I think there are bigger issues now going on. I've raised a lot of fundamental issues that moving forward is going to help this country, which is just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of allegations. Yesterday I raised more allegations. I think we should be concentrating on moving forward what's going to happen.
Yeah, but people need to understand they need to understand the background as to what exactly happened to build up to it. So if they don't understand what that meant at the time, how can they know what exactly it is we're talking about now?
Yes. Well, I have clearly explained it to you. If you wish to take me back to that question, I have never used the word pardon in my conversation with you this morning. And what I said clearly, it's about the insertions or the inputs within the budget. So I really do not think that we should make it a debate of discussing what the executive thinks or what the National Assembly thinks or who padded budget. If you are talking about the aspect of the executive arm, I don't want to drag myself into that.
No, not the executive arm. It's about the legislature, what you are talking about today, about the House of Representatives. But then could you explain to us then, these inputs that were done, how come it's just you who decides to blow the whistle? I thought that, what about the other committee members? What do they think?
I think we also need to understand these things in perspective. The issue of blowing a whistle doesn't even arise because you should invite some of the committee members, and by the time the investigation starts, I'm sure that names are going to come up. And so you should be able to invite them to come and answer some of these questions. But again, I stood for my principles when I supported Speaker Lugara. And it is the same principle I haven't changed that I'm standing on now that I'm raising a lot of these issues. So I have a lot of things to discuss that will really help the country. But again, you are the moderator, so we'll continue to just dance around the issues you want us to deal with.
We're not actually dancing around the issues. We're trying to look at the issues, and I think we'll have to pause or cut to where we need to get clarification. For instance, the 100 billion naira allocated at the House, and I'm quite sure that was where you said about 40 was, I think, added or taken by the Speaker. Perhaps you should clarify and tell us if that's the practice of the House when you talk about the 100 billion naira allocated to the House. Is that the practice?
Well, I think, Chamberlain, what we should concentrate in is how did we get here? How did we get to this point? Why I think it's different. I've explained to you in the past that we had a situation of a new government. The first time that one party is transiting to another. We had a situation of a completely new approach to the budgeting system. We have a situation of a bit of instability in the budget office. And of course, we have a situation where we've never had such a large number of new members coming to the National Assembly who probably do not really understand the budgeting process. But most importantly, we had a challenge with the size of the budget. This is the first time over a very long period of time that the size of the budget is not increased. Usually when the size of the budget is increased, it gives allowances for the inputs of the National Assembly and of course the executive arm of government. But this time around, actually we agreed that because of the economic situation of the country, the size of the budget should not be increased.